Hi everyone, I'm Mark from Travelshorts. This is my daughter Holly, and welcome to the 7th day of our China adventure here in Chengdu. We're going to start the day off doing something a little bit more traditional. We're going to head to a textile museum which showcases the 2,000-year-old tradition of embroidery and textiles here in the Chengdu region. We're then going to head over to the city centre and do a city tour and explore Chengdu. We're due to meet the rest of our Pandaville group downstairs at 9:30. Another 10 minutes to go, so we're going to head down shortly and meet everybody. We weren't really that hungry this morning as well, so we decided to skip breakfast and just have an extra 20-minute lie-in. And as you may have seen, this video today is sponsored by Pandaville. They invited us out to China to check out one of their group tours. Pandaville specialise in bespoke small family group tours to China. They arrange everything such as your flights, your accommodation, your activities when you're in the country, and all transport and meals as well. I'll tell you a little bit more about Pandaville later in the video, but for now, let's head downstairs and meet the rest of the group. We have made it to the Chengdu Shoe and Embroidery Museum here. It's about a 30-minute drive from our hotel. Let's go in. So one of the first things we saw here at the museum was how they use those looms to make those amazing patterns on the silk sheets. So we're just on a tour of the whole museum now. Keep going. So after watching that loom earlier, it's really interesting to see that these clothes behind us here, they're actually made on one of those looms. You gotta think, it's so intricate as well, these designs. Really fascinating when you think how old the technology is to make these kind of things, with just those looms going left and right, and up and down. And then you've also got more modern ones here as well.
For that crane, for parts like this,
Yes.
or like this, with the squat head, and that's how we got the idea to put in. And then this thing also for parts, that's a monkey with a bow tie, obviously.
Yeah.
No, a tie, I mean, not a bow tie. You just can't see his face because his face was like this. So he's also in there because he was trying to jump on the balcony. And then these two crabs, they were doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And the crabs were trying to pinch this
Salmon out of his head. Yeah, that crab there.
Yeah,
Trying to-
and this is the ocean because they're on the beach. These are the crane sperms, not small crabs. Crane sperms, not even more crabs. That's a ball. As in it's vaga. This like a waves is the first he controls you of this. Only this one. So he's holding it like that, like Talon. And he's telling the water to rise. If he does this, it's going to go back down. And if he puts it in the middle, it's going to be like right there.
Can you guess how long it would take 2 weavers to make it? Yes, very good. 3 days, maybe 3 days. So let's take a quick look at your loom. Can you see the handle on the top? Moving it back and forth. Yes, moving it back and forth. The wooden tool holding them is called shuttle. And the red piece is red.
Pass the shuttle from the right front of that opening, leaving a little tail hanging out. Then switch the heel frame to the opposite position and throw the shuttle back.
Okay, so we're going to put that through there. Yeah, through there.
Yeah. Do we put the spool again?
Yeah, you put it through again. No, put it under there. Do you do it, Holly? Yeah.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
You should
Yeah. Okay, you pull that through, Hol.
No, except this is so far.
All right.
Already almost there. Okay.
Okay, now push that down. Okay. Now, do you want to keep doing the blue? Yeah, like that. So I think Holly's doing a really good job at the moment. See, so you know when we were watching the big machine,
Yeah.
this had a metal thing going across, didn't it?
Yeah. So this is going to be the last row that Holly's doing. I think she's done a really, really good job. You've done a really good job, Holly. Very impressive. Well done. Yeah? Are you going to do one more row then? There we go. All finished. Well done, Holly. And there is Holly's finished masterpiece. That is very good, Holly. That is really good. We're very proud. Well, we finished doing the practical part here at the museum. I was very proud of Holly, what you did. Maybe it was a bit of a team effort. Yeah, mainly yours. It was Holly's design. We're just walking around the gift shop. A lot of things that you could buy if you want to. Don't think we will, though. Just imagine how difficult it is to make these on one of those looms, Holly. So now you know what it takes to make one of these.
Do they also have to do the braid?
Yeah.
So this is all like gold.
This one is really interesting. So pandas at the front, but then you walk around the back and look at that. Although it's the same shapes, they've done a totally different design. And now we're going to head back onto the minibus and go for lunch somewhere. I'm not sure if we're getting lunch here or lunch maybe further back in Chengdu. So I'll find that out in a minute. So it looks like the BBC have filmed here. I've just Google translated it and it looks like the show The Extraordinary Road was filmed here. We are walking to go and get our lunch. Really warm today. It's about 26 degrees. The sun's out, which is why I've got my shades on. Holly's got her shades on. Nice relaxing walk to get something to eat. There's a very interesting pagoda here just outside the restaurant where we had our lunch. Very ornate and very nice. Just keep going to the top. So we've just come into this pagoda, free of charge for entry. Quite a nice view from the top floor. Now walking back down. How many floors are these? 1, 2, 3, 4 floors maybe. So it's not the tallest one, but still really nice. Got really nice artwork all the way along. And it looks like on this floor you can even go outside.
Oh, this would be a good picture for me.
You finish that now? Don't poke yourself in the eye with a straw.
It was just white inside.
I think we're going to head back down to the ground floor and continue exploring this town. So you can see in his mouth there, it's got this ball. That's carved during the time they're actually carving the statue itself.
That's a spider now.
Holly just told me there was a spider in his mouth, so I went away quickly. We have come to People's Park, which is such a famous landmark here in Chengdu. It's a really big area dedicated to the people in Chengdu. One of the most famous places here in the People's Park is the marriage market. That's where parents who want to marry off their children go, put all the details of their kids, well, I say kids, they're probably young adults, on some pieces of paper, stick them on the wall, stick them on the trees, I think, saying all their details, how old they are, their size, how much they earn, everything like that, in a hope of finding their child a future wife or a future husband. So we're going to head over there now after we have a little bit of a walk around the park. Looks like there was a theme park by there, although it did look like they were for very small children, those rides. So we're going to carry on walking towards the marriage market. We've finished looking at all that information about people looking for brides, looking for husbands. We're now going to head over to a tea house in one of the corners of the park. And to get there, we need to walk through all these food stalls. This tea house we're heading to now can trace its history back to 1923. So we just spent about 20 minutes having just a snack and a drink in the tea house there. It was so busy because it is about 5 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. So it looks like everybody, even half of Chengdu, are here at the moment. So we weren't able to find anywhere inside, but we did go inside the tea house and up onto the top floor. So we had a really nice view out of the window. Over to my right hand side here is the boating lake. Lots of people on boats. Do you want to try going on the boat, Sol? No? So we've come right down to the lake now to get a good close-up look at the boats. And right in the centre, I'm going to call him the water police, because he's got a little flashing light. And it looks like he's monitoring everybody who are on the lake. There he is there. So I'm thinking he's the water police, making sure everybody's not causing any trouble. And over there is the tea house we were just at. We're just going to head back into the tea house now. We've had about 10 minutes walking around the lake area. Sit down on a table and look at the lake from our window.
So basically, during the Manchurian invasion in 1700, so they came to Chengdu. They would like some kind of military garrison, because Chengdu was a strategically important city. What they did is that they took part of Chengdu, which was the Shaocheng, so the younger city, occupied it, pushed everything down, and designated that as the Manchurian quarter. They basically drove everyone out and rebuilt this. And because they were so accustomed to used to the grid-like kind of layout, which they adopted in northern China, when they built the Manchurian quarter, they wanted to do the same thing. So they planned the city to be like straight rows like that, straight on across, like a grid, grid-like style and layout. The People's Park we were there, was the place when they came out and have a breather. It's like a social place for them. Otherwise, this whole street that will walk around there basically wraps around this Manchurian quarter to make sure the Manchurian population and the Han population are segregated. The reason being that the Manchurian authority by then thought that they succeeded to take over China because the Han Chinese were decadent. They had too much a soft lifestyle. So they didn't want their military to have the same kind of lifestyle, so to erode their courage and the military might. So they said, yeah, Manchurian side to the Manchurian, Han side to the Han.
So we have come to Chunxi Alley, one of the most ancient streets here in Chengdu. As you heard Vincent talking then, it dates back to the Manchurian times when the Manchurians took over this area of China. And Changshun means wide and narrow. So this alley we're going to now is both wide in places and narrow in places. It looks like this is what the street used to look like back in the day. Looks like a lot has actually changed. But when you go through here, just off the street, does look like some old buildings, especially when you look at the rooftops. So that is the way in we've just come now. We'll go back outside and I'll show you what that looks like today. And once you look past all the people, you can see what it looks like now. It's pretty much identical to how it was. Looks like nothing's changed in what, maybe 100 years or so. I think this is some kind of sorting of tea leaves or just shaking them about. As you can see, it is very, very busy here today.
It's like a menu of Google that has their initial on the back, but they're just cuter.
So when you look through the side streets here, you can tell that this is a really old alley. All the side streets look very, very old. But then you've got all these modern commercial buildings right through the center of it. I think that's going to end our time here at the Changsheng Alley. Is it Changsheng Alley? I can't remember. We're now probably going to get a DD taxi, take us to a different area. and go back to Chunxi Road. We're probably going to have our dinner there, buy some fruit for later in the room, and have a look and do some more shopping there. Just ordered us a DD. It's going to be here in 6 minutes time, and the cost is only going to be 12 yuan, which is just about £1.30. And this taxi is going to take us all the way to Chunxi Road area, which is where we've been going the last few nights, actually. It's a really big shopping centre here in the centre of Chengdu. Lots of restaurants, lots of shops, lots of places for Holly to buy things. So I'm spending lots of money every time we go there. We have arrived at the Chunxi Road kind of pedestrian area. First place we're going to go to is a shopping area, or a shopping mall called Go Ego, which Holly wants to visit. We haven't been to that one yet. And on the way there, probably a good time to tell you guys that I've written a travel guide to China that contains everywhere we've been, not just on this trip, but on our previous trip to China when we were touring around the country for 22 days. There's in Beijing, Xi'an, Shanghai, Chengdu again, Guilin, Yangshuo, and Hong Kong. It shows everywhere we've stayed, everything we did, tips and tricks we learned along the way. It's a totally free download. You can click on the link in the description down below to download it, or you can scan the QR code on the screen here. And once again, that is totally free. I won't even ask you for your email address. Anyway, let's keep walking, looking for the shops that Holly wants to go to. So Holly has just got herself a tongue hulu, one of her favourite foods here in China. Okay, so we've decided to just come to McDonald's for our food. I've just ordered Holly a McSpicy burger or chicken sandwich. But because I'm not a big fan of McDonald's generally, when I do eat McDonald's in other countries, I try to get things that aren't available in our own country. So I'm just going to see what they've actually got on the menu, and I'll order something you can't get back home. So this is what I've got. It's sausages and burgers. Holly has got the McCrispy. Fries, crinkle cut fries in there. Also got a piece of chicken in there. Another chicken cutlet in here. I got pineapple pie, a strawberry sundae, and 2 drinks. So Holly had her strawberry sundae in McDonald's. I went to Dairy Queen and got myself a banana waffle crisp ice cream.
I thought they were real people.
Yeah, but they're not. They do look quite real.
Did you think they were real?
I didn't pay attention. I've finished my Dairy Queen. We're now going to walk over to a fruit shop that we've been to a few times this trip. Get Holly some strawberries and maybe some grapes to take back to the room so she's got something to snack on. We have got some strawberries for Holly. We're now just going to find a clear place on the road, call ourselves a taxi and head back to our hotel. This hotel behind us is called the Crown Plaza City Centre. Last time we were in Chengdu, this is the hotel we stayed in. As you can see, it's right in the centre of everything. Really good hotel to stay at. Highly recommend it. While we're heading back to the hotel, it might be a good opportunity to tell you about my Instagram channel. these videos might take me weeks or even months to edit and upload to YouTube. So if you ever want to know where we are, when we are, you can follow us on Instagram at travelshorts. I post regular updates on there and live stories from wherever we are around the world. Promotion over. We've made it back to the hotel, and just before we get to the room, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, which is Pandaville, for inviting us out here to China on this family group trip. Pandaville specializes in bespoke small family group travel to here in China. They have a great knowledge not just of Chengdu, but China in general. They organize everything, so they sorted out our flights, our accommodation, all the activities we're doing here in China, as well as all the transport and the meals. You can also scan this QR code here, which is for their WhatsApp account. So if you have any questions you'd like to ask Pandaville directly, you can scan that QR code and go to their WhatsApp and send them a message. And they've also offered all you lucky viewers of this video a special discount code. I'll put all the information down there in the description, but if you use the promo code TRAVELSHORTS, you will get some money off your trip if you book that via Pandaville. Again, all the full terms and conditions, the discount, everything is down there in the description. But as we are back in the room now, I think it is time to end this video. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. It's really appreciated. If you're new here, my name is Mark, along with my daughter Holly. We make travel and theme park videos from around the world. And if you've enjoyed what you've seen, please think about liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell button. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. And just one last thing before we go. Today is Easter, so there you go, Holly, an Easter egg that I brought from home. Next time on Travel Shorts China Adventure.